It's always fun to take a look back at some of the stories you did the past year, and tonight that's exactly what we're doing. Hey, I'm Adam Meikle, and thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is our best of year show where we look at some of our favorite shows from the past year. You know, when you would get an opportunity to try something new, you jump at that opportunity, and that's exactly what we did when the King family called to ask us to go and chase tuna off the coast of California.
I give them a couple good ones here. They're in full scoop. Very nice fish school here. Same size fish.
Drake! Corey is Drake's great uncle, who helped charter this trip and is looking to do what is called a handoff.
Who wants to wind one in, guys? Hasn't caught one.
This gives every angler a chance to fight these strong fish.
Come on, Drake, get on this fish, man. Okay, get under your armpit. You got it. Just keep bending the rod. Don't crank on him hard. You got it.
We're typically targeting this time of year bluefin tuna, and this has only been going on here in Southern California for about 10 years now, where the bluefin kind of moved in. Typically, it's more of a yellowtail fishery, more tropical fish. Bluefins are more cold water fish, and they hang more over on the East Coast, or you get them up into like Northern California and Oregon, things like that. It's kind of a weird deal. All of a sudden, they just showed up in Southern California, and these fleets have just been eating it up. We also have the chance at yellowtail, which are amazing fish. The table fare of the yellowtail is one of my favorites.
Nice. Yeah. It's adrenaline all the way. Yeah, you get hooked up, and that actually came in pretty good. I was expecting it to take a little longer. Yeah, I like it. Needed to get another one.
You can tell when someone's fighting a bluefin. The line is screaming, their arms and legs are locking up. It's a fight of sometimes 30, 40 minutes, sometimes even longer.
Leave it on the reel. One.
Derek broke his back in 2 places 2 weeks ago, but he wasn't about to miss this trip.
Just breathe.
You know, one thing that was impressive is how helpful the crew is, from helping you rig your rods all the way through the battle.
Michael, grab a gap.
They were there with instructions and advice. They're as good as any I've ever been with.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Hey. Nice. What do you think of that?
That was a battle, man. That was a battle.
You got your back and your arm and your forearms.
Just toast.
Biggest fish of your life so far?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so.
So typically these bluefin, what they'll do is they'll spread out during the day throughout the ocean. You'll find giant schools of them.
We got one hooked up. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Towards the night, they like to pile up under structures, so you get big schools right under the boat. They like to hang with the boat. Once you get over the top of them, you start chumming them, they'll almost come to the boat a little bit.
Did you guys get to the galley door there, guys? Wind up, start over.
You know, the guys were spot on. The night bite was just as they said. It was insane. There were times multiple anglers were all battling big tuna. And other times, it was downright despair as fish broke off.
There you go, go.
Our bluefin tuna fishery here in Southern California has exploded. 6 years ago, if you caught a bluefin that was like 40 to 60 pounds, everyone was high-fiving. Like, that was super rare. That was considered a pretty nice bluefin tuna here in Southern California. Now we have bluefin tuna that we catch on a normal basis from 100 pounds to 250 pounds on the normal, on our short range trips.
And it's not as expensive as you might think.
Cool, good job, buddy.
On the average, a day and a half's $450 per person. And you go to Hawaii or East Coast fishing or whatever, you're gonna spend twice as much as that.
Still there. He's still there. There we go.
Yeah, Adam's on.
Finally.
Nice one. You gotta go around the bow.
Got it. The crew did everything they could to help me land my first bluefin.
Break off.
Yeah. Suck. Thanks though for the try. Dang it. Broke off. But in the end, this 80 to 100 pound tuna had other ideas. It just means I have to come back. The crew of the Pacific Queen is known for getting their anglers onto big fish, and man, they had me on a couple times. I was so close. Cody has invited us back this year, and we're definitely going to do it so I can notch my tag on a big old bluefin tuna. Welcome back to KSL Outdoors as we look back at some of our favorite shows from the past year. You know, one of our great sponsors is Stedman's Recreation out in Tooele. Those guys, they walk the walk, they ride. So when Kirk Stedman asked us on an invite to go to St. George all the way to the Grand Canyon and back in a day, yeah, we had to try it. Our ride is starting just south of St. George. Our first stop is 13 miles down the road at the Little Black Mountain Petroglyph site. The hike to the petroglyphs is easy. There's a groomed path, a picnic table, and bathroom. The site contains some outstanding rock art representing 6,000 years of human habitation. There are hundreds of rock art on boulders surrounding the base of a 500-foot mesa. Don't touch the rock art. The oils on your hands can disturb the patina. Our next stop, you can touch the rocks, even take a few home for souvenirs.
So we're at the glitter mine just south of St. George. Yeah, it looks like if you want to take a bucket home, you just Venmo the guy and have a bucket of glitter.
It's cool stuff.
Yeah, it's like
glass.
almost like plexiglass.
Glitter Mountain is a private claim where you can pay a nominal fee to take home this transparent, crystalline form of gypsum, also called selenite, and some people call it Utah ice.
Just kind of wild to have that in the side of the mountain.
We can't stay long. We still have some 60 miles to go.
Let the mud fly.
A little muddier than we thought it was going to be. If you come do this, you better have someone that knows where they're going, because we are making a lot of turns. Even Kurt is kind of confused. What was that? Say again. Yeah, I'm reconsidering one sponsor. Nate just asked if we're reconsidering our sponsors because we think we're lost.
Look at us.
You guys came dressed for it at least.
Yeah. Little wet, little colder, but it's fun.
Are we having fun?
If you decide to try this adventure, be prepared. There's no gas or cell service along the route. You want to pack a lunch, take extra fuel, a spare tire, and be able to fix your vehicle on the road. You can drive to the overlook, but you'll need a high clearance vehicle for the last 2 miles. Or you can hike in.
Holy cow. It's amazing to see how far down that canyon is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Blows my mind that you can walk right to the edge and there's nothing to stop you from taking that step.
There might be one thing stopping me.
Well, I mean,
love of my wife, but other than that.
It makes me kind of little, I don't know, motion sickness kind of. That's the best I could describe it. Dizzy, yes. Because if you stare down a little too long, then it's just, yeah, I'm dizzy already. So I'm gonna stay a little back farther than I normally would.
There is a fee to enter the Torrweep Overlook that you must purchase in advance, and they only allow 18 vehicles each day. Your OHV must be street legal and insured to enter. This management plan was implemented last year in an effort to keep the area less crowded and congested, and to help improve the overall experience while reducing the exposure to sensitive resources. The goal is to keep the area managed as an uncrowded, rustic, and remote wilderness experience, dominated by nature and solitude. So we've been married 32 years.
Yeah.
Never been to the Grand Canyon.
And here we are.
It's pretty spectacular. It's worth the drive. It was a long drive out here, but man, was it worth it. What a cool overlook. Raining, cold, but very cool. The Torrweep area of the Grand Canyon is remote, and getting there can be challenging, especially if there's some weather. There's no water, gas, food, lodging, or cell service. And remember, you must have a day use permit that has to be obtained prior to the trip. If you want to do this on an OHV, it has to be street legal. You'll definitely need a high clearance vehicle for the last 3 miles to the overlook. Welcome back to KSL Outdoors. Our final story is with UCOA. That's the Utah Conservation Officers Association, a group that takes special needs kids out on hunts and adventures. We're going to introduce you to Parker Allen. Now, Parker, he's a teenage boy. He's already had 2 heart transplants. Man, his family really needed this hunt.
What's going on? We are at the Ronald McDonald House, and we're going to go visit our friend Parker, who just had a heart transplant within the last couple of months, and he's healing up, and we're going to try to make his process and his journey a little bit easier and present him with some King's Camel and a deer tag.
He was born with a hypoplastic left heart syndrome. Like basically internally the left side of the heart was not formed all the way. Okay. And he went into heart failure about 16 months old, and he had a stroke that within like 72 hours of going into heart failure. And then he was living in the ICU for about 6 months, and he got a heart transplant when he was 22 months old. You know, that heart lasted him about 15 years, 8 days to be exact. And then we were on the list for a second heart for about 456 days, and he got another heart transplant June 18, 2023.
After his second heart transplant, UCOA figured he needed to go again.
Over here in this group, the furthest group to the right.
Just staring right at us, right down here, Parker. See if we can get him. He's looking right at us, right in the sagebrush.
And so we couldn't pass it up. He was within about 140 yards, which it's a pretty tough shot still for some of these people to do. And he was able to calm himself down. His dad did a great job dry firing with him. Went over how to do it, set him up, talked him through it. I mean, it was just beautiful to watch a father and son work together like that. And so it was cool.
Although the buck is close, time is running out. Legal shooting ends in about 10 minutes. Parker is having a hard time getting a clean shot because of the other deer.
That other deer's right in front of him, so give him a second.
It's okay.
I was getting like kind of frustrated, but I was like, oh, move, being funny at the same time. And then all of a sudden, the doe went off, and then he was on his own for a second. And then I couldn't get a good shot. He just kept on moving. He stopped for a second.
Wait till he stops.
Moved again.
I'd pretty much written it off, and as I was following it with my binoculars, it was getting a little bit dark, and so we were about ready to call it too. And I heard the gun go off.
There's a good shot right on the shoulders if you have it.
Did you?
You got him.
Yeah! Oh my God!
Right on. Let's go! Jeepers creepers! That scared me. Right on, bud! Holy cow, way to have a lot of patience. Those does wouldn't leave him alone.
The moment I loved the most was him putting my hand on his heart. You could feel that thing patter and putt. It was just going 100 miles an hour.
What? What? Woo! Good job, buddy. What buck is it?
That one we saw.
That's the one that came out? That's the biggest buck here.
That's how we roll.
And he'll talk about this forever. And to be honest with you, when he's hospitalized, and that's often, he looks back at these pictures and they just give him a little bit of a hope or like an umph when he's really struggling with that next poke or that next hospitalization or that next illness. These are moments that he'll hold on for forever. And he is such a powerful kid, and I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud to be his mom, and he is so cool.
We sure appreciate you inviting us into your home every Saturday night. You know, this is a lot of fun to do as a job. We're real excited when we see people go out and have similar success that we've had, or whether it's an adventure or a fishing trip. If you ever have an idea and you think that maybe we would like to cover it, drop us a note at outdoors@ksl.com. Hey, next week we take you to Diamond Mountain, northern Utah, for the Diamond Mountain Trifecta. Hey, I'm Adam Meikle, KSL Outdoors, reminding you out with your family, your friends, get in the great outdoors and make some memories. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.